Hi, this is Pearl and welcome to my channel. Today I have week 12 of my 2020 Project Life album. Now this is the week that the social distancing mandate came into effect and we started homeschooling or online schooling. So I've got a layout with an insert in between, and I'm using the Studio Calico documentary kit for the month of March and the remains of my Ellie Edwards Stories by the Month kit. So I'm putting the items in semi-chronological order, and you'll see here that I've got a lot of screenshots of emails that I was receiving, some things from the news, because I just wanted to document all the craziness that is happening in our lives. And I do have the perspective now of going back in time and documenting these, so I do like that. I am using the One Canoe 2 date stamp because I love the font, as well as the stays on black ink. Also, I'm using my Zebra Sarasa Vintage Dark Gray pen, and I like to use dark gray to document because it's not as stark as the black. Now you see there that I'm going through the Allie Edwards Stories by the Month kit. I'm just refamiliarizing myself with what they have there. I'm using the print and cut labels that did not come with, but I purchased separately on the Studio Calico website. And these print and cut labels match perfectly with the documenter kit for the month. I am documenting on that picture of myself holding or hiding in my room reading my Kindle. I do have Kindle Unlimited, and I find myself sticking my head inside the sand and not dealing with reality. And then I use a tiny attacher to attach the label. I like to use that as a bit of extra dimension. On this journaling card, I wrote, I don't know where Kaya got this idea, but she took washi tape and a Sharpie and wrote the letters on the keys on the piano. She got them all correct, as well as some Sharpie on the keys. ... breathe. I thought that was genius because she's just learning how to play piano, and she wrote all the key names using my washi tape. But she did get some Sharpie on the keys, and I can't get them out, but it's just a piano, right? That's what I keep telling myself. Okay, so I add another acetate butterfly. I'm taking the rubber piece off of there, and I'm going to staple that onto the bottom of that journaling card, right onto the body of the butterfly. Next, I take this picture of this tree. I got this tree from my girlfriends, my ICU girlfriends that I used to work with, and I wrote Tree from the 8100 Girls. I worked with them 27 years ago, and they got this tree for me as a gift to memorialize my mother, and we planted that in our backyard next to our apple tree. I'm going to staple that in and date stamp that as well. Now these other screenshots on the bottom of the page are just screenshots, and I don't feel like I need to do any journaling there. So I'm going to the right hand side of my layout. I'm going to do the insert last. So I'm taking another acetate butterfly, and I'm going to staple that onto the 3x4 journaling card that says be good, do good. And then I'm taking this picture of my son. He's starting Zoom, and I wrote on the label New Normal, School Online. Zoom is what I wrote. I can't even read my own handwriting. And then I date stamp that as well. And of course, because I never do anything straight, I have to use repositionable tape, and I'm using the Copio adhesive for this. And I love that I can pull things off and put things back on, adhere them back on. And I staple that. And then I'm going to go to this picture of my son doing laundry. And I wrote on the label, finally teaching Zach to do laundry. He will go to college with this skill. And the reason I wrote that is because when I was young, I did not learn to do laundry until I went to college, because my mother always told me when I wanted to help, she said either go practice piano or go study. So I didn't have the benefit of learning how to do laundry before I went to college. But I want to make sure that my kids have all the skills down pat before they go. So he's in 7th grade here, and he's learning how to do laundry. And that was one of the benefits of having this school online, because it didn't take them very long to do their schoolwork. So here's a picture of my daughter's hair. It's a rat's nest in there. And I'm trying to figure out if I could use the stickers that came with the kit, but I am realizing as I'm trying to spell things out and looking at um, the 3x4, I can't fit much on there. So I just use a label and I just write, Kaya's hair is a rat's nest, yuck. And I put the date on there. And again, I'm using my Zebra Sarasa Vintage Dark Gray pen to journal because I do like the gray. Now, after I date stamp that, I'm going to go on to the next journaling card, and it says Moments Captured. Now, I'm going to put the date on there on the left-hand side of that column, and then I'm going to go to the right-hand side, and I said with the kids home 100% and the kids getting their schoolwork done so quickly, I'm implementing more chores for them to help around the house. Kaya is great at dusting the stairs. She's using that Swiffer duster, and she dusts the stairs and in between the rails all the way upstairs. And she's doing this as part of her allowance. So I have a picture of her doing that, and I date stamped that using the Stays On ink. So after that is the photo of my son doing Zoom class, and my daughter is so interested because her preschool did not continue with any Zoom. I guess because most of theirs is craft activity, so I just put the date stamp on there. And then here's a picture of my daughter doing her own YouTube video. She watched me do some of my beauty videos and she wanted to do her own, so I did record her doing a complete video by herself. And I wrote, Kaya insisted on filming her own makeup video. She did great. She does the swatches and uses the correct makeup brushes to do her makeup. I guess like mother like daughter, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? So on the insert that I'm using, I am using a Page Protector Design A, and I did cut that in half so that I could have 4 pictures on the front and 4 on the back. I'm using my Caterpillar Pro Crop to cut that down, and it didn't cut very cleanly, so I do end up using my scissors to cut that, and I'm using my Tim Holtz 9-inch scissors, which I love. So, and then I throw the other half away. Now for this portion, I do go through my Ali Edwards Stories by the Month kit, and I did organize all of my Ali Edwards Stories by the Month. I did organize the Ali Edwards story stamps. I've gotten them since the very beginning of time, but what I did was I put them into the new Studio Calico stamp envelopes, and I labeled all of them and put them in alphabetical order so it's easier for me to find the stamp that I'm looking for. And I was so proud of myself. That took a really long time. So I went ahead and did that, and I just date stamped those. On the back, I am using a stamp to stamp on the bottom of this photo, and it says the story of right now. That is from the Ali Edwards stamp set. I also have this picture of me. I just took a selfie because this is my uniform when we are at home. Sweatpants, t-shirt, sometimes makeup. Hair is down today, but usually it's in a ponytail. So I wrote on this journaling card, that's from the Ali Edwards Stories by the Month kit, with the kids home all the time, the kids just shower, change into jammies again. I see less laundry for me in the future. And because this was the week of St. Patrick's Day, because of the COVID-19, the leprechaun did not make it to our house this year. So I just wanted to document that as well. And there you have it. That is my layout for the week. You'll see now that I'm going to do that stamp. The stamping did not come out as well as I'd like it to. I needed to re-ink my ink pad, but I didn't have my re-inker with me, so I just left it. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking to have some fun with it. And then I use my stamp chamois to clean the stamp and put that away before I lose it, because I do have a tendency of doing that. I also decide to stamp on that picture of my son doing a Zoom class, and it says ready for adventure of any kind. And I use the Stays On ink with that one as well. So there you have it. As I finish putting the pictures and journaling cards away, I am done with my week 12 of my Project Life album. I'm just getting this ready to show you, and I have the inserts and some pictures for you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time.